Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for Broadway World. Tony Award winner Idina Menzel is back on Broadway in the new musical If Then by the Pulitzer Prize and Tony Award winning creators of Next to Normal, Tom Kitt and Brian Yorkey. Under the direction of Michael Greif, it also stars LaShans, Anthony Rapp, James Snyder, Jerry Dixon, Jen Colella, and Jason Tam. And I'm here on opening night to celebrate with the company. So it's opening night. How do you feel tonight?
Oh my God, I'm so excited. Definitely thrilled. And it's my choreographic Broadway debut, so I couldn't be happier.
So what was it like sitting in the house tonight?
Oh, it was emotional. You know, I found myself being more emotional than I imagined. And it was a joy to share with my friends and my partner.
So tell me what attracted you to this piece originally?
I was attracted to the fact that it's all new source material. That starting from scratch I really enjoyed, and I also was very much attracted to the collaborators and to the to Idina and to the cast.
It's opening night. How do you feel tonight, Michael?
I feel very excited to be at this moment of passage because, you know, the play is all about important moments in your life. This is a great maturation in terms of this play, but I also feel like the way in which this show is going to deepen, the way in which Idina's performance is going to grow, develop, is something I'm really looking forward to. I mean, watching Idina through these previews has been so extraordinary in seeing her really take chances and make choices, just like the character. But I mean, she's really the kind of actor that continues to work and continues to grow in a role. And I think that she's surrounded by spectacular people. And I'm very excited to see how this now develops, now that me and the other creative team are tinkering and changing things and really just allowing it to be theirs.
Congratulations. How do you feel tonight? Opening night, you made it.
We made it. We feel great. You know, this has been a tough one. You know, it's an original musical. We started with nothing but the group of us and Idina and an idea, and we ended up here. And so it's been a long and winding road, but we've enjoyed every minute of it, and now we get to celebrate all the work that we've done.
How did you and Tom come up with the idea for this musical and start writing it?
Well, Tom had this idea. He was looking he had just had his third kid, and he was looking at his life and saying, you know, there are all these choices that I look back on and all these things that have happened to me in this life, and I didn't always know which ones were going to have this huge impact on the person that I've become. So what if we wrote a story about a woman who's facing a set of choices and who is sort of trying to navigate her way through life, and look at how those different choices play out, you know, in sort of a way that sort of sees what happens if I went this way, what happens if I went that way. And that's where we started, you know, and I think that, you know, as doesn't always happen, I think it's kind of what we ended up with as well.
And how did Idina get involved with the project?
Well, Idina had worked with David Stone on Wicked, obviously, and was looking for something to come back to Broadway with. And so David brought her to see Next to Normal and sat her down with us, and we all got along just like crazy and started talking about, well, what might be a great show for you? And we came up with this idea, and she really sort of fell in love with it, thank God, and has been developing with us ever since. And I just think you have to give her such props for that. I mean, she could have come back to Broadway in any of a dozen revivals and been amazing and killed, but she chose to come back with an original show, untried, and she had the courage to jump forward and give it everything she had. I'm just in awe of that.
It's opening night. How do you feel tonight?
I feel fantastic. I feel exhausted and grateful and relieved and very proud.
This has been quite a journey. I mean, just creating a new musical in general. Yes. What has it been like for you and Brian working on this?
A new musical is one of the most challenging things to do, and so it's been filled with many exhilarating moments and also very difficult challenges and banging your head against the wall. But Brian is my musical soulmate, and any chance I get to write a musical with Brian and to work with David and Michael is a thrill for me, and I'm very grateful for that.
So what was going through your mind at the time? Because you came up with the idea for this musical. Had you just had your third child?
This was in 2008, I believe, that Brian and I first talked about it. So I don't even think my second child had been born yet. But just the chance of me meeting my wife at Columbia, and it was Rita who introduced me to Brian. I often think about the things that happened in my life and was I meant for something. I think we all can relate to that. We look at the A to B to the C of our life and wonder if we're meant for something, if we're meant to meet a certain somebody or have a certain career. I think it's something we all can relate to, and it seemed like I believe the answer is yes, and that seems to me like an idea that you would sing about.
Congratulations. It's opening night. How do you feel?
I think that would be some sort of onomatopoeia for it. I feel wonderful, and it feels so wonderful to celebrate everything that's happened and all the work that's been done, and it's wonderful, beyond words, exciting.
What has it been like working on this brand new musical?
It has been thrilling. It has been scary. It has been, I think, everything under the sun. I've never experienced a show before where you're originating something. So you learn how to be fearless because you throw things against the wall, and if they don't work or resonate with you, then you learn new things, and you really trust your cast. So it's been beautiful, really beautiful.
It's opening night. You look stunning. How do you feel tonight?
I feel extraordinary. This has been a highly anticipated celebration. We've been working very hard, and I feel really, really wonderful to finally make it here.
Tell me what it's been like working on a brand new musical.
There's nothing like it in the world. I've been with this piece for about 4 years now, from when I first heard about it from Tom, and watching the changes and moving and flowing and growing with this extraordinary new piece has been unlike anything else I've ever experienced.
Talk about the role that you play.
I play Anne, and I am Kate's girlfriend. Kate is played by the LaShawns, and we are best friends to Idina's character, Elizabeth. So I get to fall in love with LaShawns every night and hang out with her and Idina and Anthony Rapp. It's not a bad gig.
Totally. What you love about the material itself and the story?
I love that the material for me feels not only like a love letter to New York, but a love letter to individuals who have lived a certain amount of time on this earth, and how important it is for us to choose love over fear, and how those choices help our destiny move us along the path that we're meant to be on.
It's opening night, Jason. How do you feel?
I feel so great. It feels electric. It feels wonderful. We've been working on this for a while. It feels so good to be finally officially sharing this with the world in its final state. It feels wonderful.
Take me back to the beginning. What attracted you originally about the material itself?
Well, the creative team, to be honest, when they first asked me to do a developmental lab of it, and all I had to do was read Tom, Kitt, Brian Yorkey, Michael Greif, and David Stone, and I'm like, yes, I'm there in a heartbeat. It's amazing. This creative team, it's a dream team.
Talk about the role that you play.
I play a character named David, and he's a pediatric surgeon, and he's the kind of guy who's got his life together. He's got, a great job. He's got money. He's got a house. He's got, an organic kitchen garden in the back of his house. But he's missing the love aspect of his life, and he's someone who's ready to find that in his life and really make it happen and push for it.
Congratulations. It's opening night. How do you feel tonight, Anthony?
I feel really fulfilled, but I also, on a personal level, my mom passed away while I was doing Rent, and, so all of these times that I have these big moments like this, I really, really miss her a lot, because she was so much a part of what allowed me to become an actor. I've been doing it since I was a little kid. She was a single mother. So she's very, very with me, and so I wish she could be here for this. At the same time, she is with me. So it's like both things are happening. So I have a lot of elation and some sadness, but it's, that's also just life. That's what it is. So.
Well, this is such powerful material. I mean, that's the way this show plays out. What attracted you to the material itself?
Well, I've been friends with Tom and Brian and colleagues of theirs for a number of years, so I just believe in them. So that when I heard that they were, when they asked me to be a part of this, of course that attracted me in and of itself. But then when we started working on the material, I just, what they write just feels like they tell the truth about what it means to be alive, and different, where they zero in on things. When these moments happen to these characters in this piece, it feels truthful to me, and that, as an actor, that's all I want to be a part of, is things that ring true.
It's opening night. How do you feel?
I feel great. I haven't been on Broadway since Five Guys Named Mo 22 years ago. Time flies. I'm back on Broadway with LaShawne's, who my debut, Once on This Island, many, many years ago, was opposite her. Anthony and I played lovers in Brian Yorkey's Wedding Banquet, the musical, Sean and Sean. I've worked with Idina before. Tom Kitt and Brian Yorkey are dear friends. I co-wrote music with Tom Kitt for Mario Cantone's Broadway show Laugh For. I mean, it's like a reunion. Michael Greif directed Bright Lights Big City, which I was in, so, it's cool. Yeah.
Isn't it great how theater works, that it all comes full circle again and again and again?
It really is, and you see the same people, the same things, because, I think once people recognize chemistry, they want to recapture that. Because chemistry, that's the thing you can't make. You can write shows, and you can make improve shows, but the chemistry thing that's the thing, that's the lightning in the bottle.
It's opening night. How do you feel tonight?
I feel amazed. I feel overwhelmed by how much just love and joy this entire cast has just poured into this, and to get to this point after years of working on it, although I'm kind of the new guy on the block, it's great. I've never had a family like this in a cast, and it's all, it all kind of starts from the top with David Stone through Michael to Idina, and now we're here, and I couldn't be happier.
This is such a beautiful, emotional piece. What attracted you to this originally?
Josh, my character, was actually going through a lot of the stuff that I was going through. The first time I ever heard the song Hey Kid in it, in which I sing about my kid being born, my baby was sleeping next to me at 6 weeks old, and I heard it, and I read the lyrics, and then my wife got home from work, and I was like, honey, you have to listen to this, and I'm crying, and she's crying, and to get to walk out on the stage and sing about my son every night, and to fall in love, I love my job. It's the best. It's the best.
And working with this ideal cast.
I got to say, I probably was blushing for the first 2 weeks of rehearsal, at least, at every little thing I was saying was just, okay. So I'm talking to Idina right now, and Jen Colella, and LaShawne's, and Anthony, and Michael, all of the people who I've looked up to, in so many ways, and then just to be greeted and joined and welcomed as a peer. I'm just lucky.
What do you love about the role that you play and the songs?
I love this character because she is so full of hope and light and life, and just excited to be a part of the planet, and she's bold and really loves living and loves meeting her and loves her friends, and really is a true member of society. This New York fabric that we all know so well. You can get on the subway and see a character like Kate and know exactly who she is.
And working with this cast, specifically this one.
Yes, this my little sister, I like to call her. She's fantastic. She's wonderful. She's generous on stage and even more generous backstage.
And you're working with Jerry Dixon again.
Yes, my bosom. I love that I'm working with my bosom again. He's wonderful. He's the anchor for me here in this building. Every time when I feel like I might be a little off, I look over and there's Jerry. And, you know, we're also very good friends. Very, very good friends. So it's so nice to have someone in the cast that I've known for several years, and we still have our connection, and we've come full circle. So it's been wonderful.
So when you took your bow tonight, what went through your mind?
So often, as we know. You know, it's interesting. I thought about my late husband, Calvin Gooding. I thought about Calvin.
He's here with you tonight.
Yes, he is here with me tonight, and always with me.
Welcome home. How does it feel?
It feels great. It feels like home. I'm really happy. I'm somewhat emotional about it. You know, I love who I'm working with, and it's been a great process for the last 3 years, and I'm just happy to be at the side of it and to celebrate our work that we've done.
Take me back to the beginning of how it all came about for you to do this and to work with Tom and Brian.
I just put it out there in the universe, you know. Well, that's not true. Michael Greif and I have remained very close through the years, and we always said we wanted to work together. And then David Stone and I from Wicked, and I just have these you know, relationships that we got together and we said we want to work together again. We miss each other, and I've always wanted to work with Tom and Brian. And then they could have given me the phone book, and I would do anything with them. But they had this kernel of an idea, and I thought it was great, and I just trusted them, you know. And I know this process, and I've been on both sides of this process. With Rent and Wicked, that's the successful side. I've also been on the side of doing lots of workshops and readings that don't come to fruition. So the point is to really enjoy the process and to learn something from it, and not to be in it because everything doesn't always get to this point, you know. It's about just being with artists and working with each other and bouncing ideas off of each other, and when it does, you know, come to fruition, it's a beautiful thing.